Tracy for IntuitiveTracyRoy.com with this week's Cosmic Intuitive Weekly Reading for May 8th through 14th, right? May 8th through 14th, 2017. Hello, Little Hawks. So if you don't know what a little hawk is a little hawk because we have Whitehawk, who is like the great white wizard, right? Try saying that, great white wizard, right? Anyways, and so we're all little hawks and we're his students and he's teaching us. And so that is where that comes from. And so for anyone who's new, I'm Tracy and I'm an intuitive and I give readings from my spirit guide Whitehawk, and also I'm a Reiki Master teacher. So all in all, the way I see it, it encompasses being a healer. And there's many ways to call yourself, or many ways that one can call themselves a healer. It can come through in a life coach, spiritual coach, psychic. What else is there? Lightworkers. There are gods and goddesses. There are many synonyms, I guess is the way we can put it, for people who are psychic and are intuitives and are healers. And so I like to call myself an intuitive, and although many people don't understand what an intuitive is, that's okay. If they are meant to get a reading with me or to listen to my teachings, and they will find me regardless. And there's another way, right? One's a teacher. One can be a teacher. Okay, so last week, I missed last week. I apologize. I did do the reading. However, I was unable to get it up and published onto YouTube on time, so I really do apologize about that. I really don't like doing that because I too really take a lot of stock in what Whitehawk says, and I like to see how it manifests in our life. But that's okay. We'll go get him for this week and see what he has to say. And then at the end of that channeling, also I'm a channeler, that's another way of saying intuitive. I'll do a reading with our oracle cards from Doreen Virtue, which is the fairies, which is the one we're working with right now. Another way is oracle. You can call yourself an oracle. It's another synonym. So we're learning about synonyms right now before we go get Whitehawk. Okay, kids, so let me decompress and go get Whitehawk and see what he has to say for this upcoming week. And a yawn's a good thing because it means I'm coming down from any really anxiety-ridden energies. You know those energies that pull from your hormone, right? Your stress hormone, anything that pulls from and gives you an adrenaline rush like anxiety or fear. Well, we want that to disappear while I get your reading. Indeed. Welcome back, little ones. Indeed, we do want you to be refreshed when you do come here, but also when one does provide a reading. We don't want you to be here, there, and everywhere. We want you to bring it all back into focus instead of being everywhere in our heads and worried about this and worried about that and what that person is thinking. And about next week's deadline and about paying bills. We don't want that. We want just to bring the focus right here. And there are many ways to do that. But today's reading is not about that, children. Today's reading is about you and what it is that you're going to do to bring your focus right here. For indeed, many of you are here, there, and everywhere. And Tracy was wondering why she was just feeling this debilitating amount of anxiety before she came here, and indeed it was not her own. And although she tried to subside it before she came to this reading, she could not, and the reading is because it is a part of the reading, no matter how difficult for her. And when one is filled with this much anxiety, this much fear, this much concern and worry, sorry about that, kids. It takes our focus away, but also takes our energy away. So there's no focus. There is no grounding. And your energy might as well just be zapped away. Think of a car that all of a sudden has no gas in it. Goes from a full tank to an empty tank, just like that. That is what those energies do to you, friends. So anything that's fear-based, anger-based, anxiety, depression, any of those low vibrational emotions or energies, they're going to zap you, children, of any of your vital life force. And so I need you to come here, and I need you to take some time to breathe, to be in the present, to connect with your divine one, to feel the earth on your feet, the water on your hair and your face. Breathe and be here, right here. Right here in this reading. You to let go of that tension in your shoulders. Feel them release and drop. I need you to feel the release in your hips and your back. Indeed, this is where we hold much tension, much tension. Bring it back here, children. Bring it back right here to your third eye. There you are, children. Something to work on for this whole upcoming week. You need to bring the focus back to here, to your third eye, to you. Breathe often and breathe deeply. And just release all that tension, children. That is your homework for the week. Thank you, Whitehawk. God bless. Well, there you go. Wow, guys. That just brings you down. I yawn, my eyes start to water when I start to come down. I'll feel the release in my shoulders and my back flanks. And I'll feel all my body just almost like come closer to the earth, like ground more into the earth, as opposed to being way up there and caught up in all the anxiety and the worry in life and la 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 la, right? That's la la land up there, right? We want to come back to here. And when you start doing this practice, and you do this practice often, you will understand it. And there is nothing else that brings me back and makes me more clear than the breath, than breathing. And one technique I'll show you is to breathe in through your nose. Hold it for a count of 4 if you can, and then you're just gonna breathe it through your mouth for a count of 4. Hard, like strong. And do that for a while, and that'll bring you back, as opposed to being worried about, you know, your children or paying bills or losing a job or your car's breaking down, whatever. And there will always be something, but you need to bring it back. Otherwise you're going to make yourself unwell. You know, you cause injury because you're not in your body, and you could fall. And I know that. I know all about that, because when I was going through my separation, I was full of anxiety so much. And I fell down some stairs. I wasn't drinking or anything. I just was so full of anxiety that I fell down the back stairs. And in the end, you know, I have a nice scar on my leg to show out for it for the rest of my life, to remind me about that. And it wasn't just that. It was also the shoes I was wearing at the time. They were Crocs, and I think it worked kind of like a stopper on the wood on the back stairs. Yeah, so good reason to bring it back. Always bring it back. Okay, now that we're nice and calm, let's pull a card from the Oracle deck and see what it holds for us for the upcoming week. Okay, well, it's going to be a right side up card this week. The last couple of weeks it hasn't been. Ooh, yay! Positive expectations. Let me say that again. Positive expectations. So I believe what this one is saying, can you see how her hand is open and she's like bringing, that could be rain or dust or sparkles or something into her. So the sense I'm getting from this card is that good is coming. But not only is it good in abundance, but we have to be able to be open to receive it. So if you don't believe that you deserve it, or there's some form of shortcoming or some form of block, whether it be a religious block or a block, you know, from our childhood, and we don't think we deserve that kind of attention or that kind of abundance, then you're going to block it. So it's there, but you need to open up. And when I say open up, because a lot of us, see how I'm opening the chest? A lot of us close it down. You see how that happens? This is your heart center, right? The heart chakra. Open that up. That's where you're going to receive, right? abundance and stuff from. So when I say open up, I don't mean like, you know, girls walk around and let your boobs be out there, although, you know, that's what kind of happens. And men too, you know, get those pecs out there. I mean, walk tall, hold your head up high, and believe that good is there for you and that you are deserving of it. For indeed, it is coming this week. There's much good coming. And I think this with Whitehawk's reading is also, he's trying to get you to be aware of it and to see it, and in calming ourselves and bringing ourselves back to center and to focus, we can receive it, right? Because sometimes if we're too busy, you know, the disease of busyness in the society, we may not see the good, or we may not believe that we deserve it. Sorry, or we may not believe that we deserve it. So let's get that focus. Let's come back to center. Let's ground. It's all the same. Focus, grounding. Because if you're grounded, you're centered, you're focused. So practice that every day in your daily meditation, whether that be through prayer or getting out in nature or just breathing. Or if you have an altar, you know, that you meditate at, and you can use crystals to bring that center and focus back. Do so. Because then you'll be more aware of what the universe is offering you and how it's going to come. Because sometimes good comes in the most mysterious ways. So this is me wishing you happy, positive, up vibrations for the next week. And pay attention to my other social media pages and see what Whitehawk has to say for next week as well in his daily wisdom on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you know what I'm going to say. If I can be of any service to you, intuitivetracyroy.com, and book a reading. God bless.